say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet. Gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen. In 10 on Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to Pandora's Kitchen.
Hello.
If you hear weird noises in the background today, it's our African gray parrot, and she's going crazy.
She's having a good day.
Listen. As soon as you say listen, you stop.
She does.
She stops. Anyway, if you hear noises like that, it's just our parrot. Now, today we've got a great show for you. You know, we went and visited somebody, a local entrepreneur in Winchester. They make some coffee that I can't remember where we first, I think we found them at the Beer Chiefs Festival in Winchester.
Right, years back.
And then we tried some of their coffee, and it's like, wow.
Right.
And I love the entrepreneurial spirit when it comes to food and food items and such in Kentucky. And there's all kinds of folks out there. And I started thinking, we went to Bee's Bakery a couple weeks ago. It was outstanding. But you really begin to see that all these little places are popping up or established, have been there forever. So I think every now and then on the show, and if you know some places out there that you think we should visit, folks doing something different or around the state of Kentucky in the food world, or whether it's making molasses or they got a store or whatever it is, let us know. I call some people sometimes, I see them doing something interesting. And here's the reaction I got one time. I said, hey, we'd like to come feature your show. Well, no, I can't afford it. I'm like, what? They said, no, I can't afford it. I said, what are you talking about? They said, well, how much does it cost? I said, it doesn't cost anything. I said, we want to feature your...
Right.
I like what you're doing. I think it's cool. We want to feature it on the show. Well, there's one show out that charges $2,500 to come visit. I said, no. That's not us.
Yeah.
We want to see folks who are doing interesting things like making coffee in Kentucky, like Creative Coffees in Winchester, Kentucky.
And they were serving this coffee at Bee's Bakery. So they're all connected.
So it's
Everybody's
all
connected, yeah.
And so it's just so cool.
Yeah.
So remember the smells?
Oh, I could live in there.
Let's go visit right now. We're in Winchester today, Kentucky. And all I had to do was roll the window down, smell the smell. And I found Debbie Holman. What's the name of your outfit?
Creative Coffees Roastery.
Roastery. I like that word. You say it's not in the dictionary.
It's not in the dictionary.
But it is right here in Winchester.
It's a real world in my world.
And I know that you're being in this building all the time. Your olfactories are probably overwhelmed with this wonderful flavor. But I'm right now just swimming in heaven.
That's what everybody who walks in the door goes, oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. But I don't even notice it anymore. However, everywhere I go, I smell like coffee.
That's a good thing.
So I'll be at the bank and somebody will go, do you have a cup of coffee? And I'll be like, I am coffee. So you can't get rid of it. It's in your hair, it's in your clothes.
I'm looking at all the different types of coffee that you make. And I'm getting an assortment of flavors. I'm getting the hazelnut, I'm getting old French vanilla, I'm getting this, that, and the other. And the coffee right now is roasting.
Correct.
How does this whole process work? Where do you get the beans in and they're green?
We get the beans in and they are green. They actually physically look green, grayish green. So that comes in these burlap bags. And Brazil is the largest exporter of coffee, so you can get that year round.
Gotcha.
And pretty much Colombia too. So those are the base of most of our coffees. But then we have origins from Africa and then other South American countries like Peru. And so the hopper is loaded with the green coffee, and it is a cooking process. It's a roasting. The roaster is preheated to the temperature that your recipe requires, and then our roaster runs on a software program so that all we have to do is put in the weight of how much coffee we're roasting, the profile, whether it's going to be American roast, French roast, city roast, espresso, and hit the start button, and basically Patrick and Jeff can be doing other things, even watching football. And the machine's
so that's what they do all day.
yeah. So, and the machine's going to beep when it's ready to do something or tell you to do something.
Also, if you've got or need the pods, you just start doing that, right?
We did. So the K-Cup is something that's not going away.
Right.
So we actually, this is our coffee in our pod, and it's now 35% of the market.
Wow.
If you go into your grocery store, look at the coffee aisle, and 3/4 of it is pods.
So obviously the question is, how in the world does this whole thing start? How long have you been doing this?
Well, in 2005, I did a fundraiser with a coffee company that was here at the time, Southern Heritage Coffee. So I came up with a private label, and we named it Cardinal Coffee and used a red bag. And this was back in 2005. And we raised like $3,000 in a couple of weeks. Working out of my home, I set up a website and worked with the coffee roaster here in Winchester at that time. And then he moved. And then in 2009, we decided to learn to roast coffee because they weren't keeping up with us.
You have a dry rub.
Yes, it's an espresso rub, and it has equal parts espresso, ancho chili powder, other herbs and spices. It has ginger, dried mustard.
It's
listed on the back.
Beef, chicken, whatever.
My husband puts it in chili and lasagna. I mean,
wow.
We also have an espresso bark, which is an almond bark that's melted, and then the ground espresso is blended into it.
Wow.
So it's like a chocolate-covered coffee bean, but you don't get that grit in the middle.
Right.
It's smooth throughout. So
now, folks are asking right now, how can I get this product? Look, tell us all how to get a hold of you, online, telephone numbers, whatever you want to tell them right now.
All right, creativecoffees.com. There is an S on the end of coffee. Creativecoffees.com is our e-commerce site, so you can purchase there. You can also walk in the roastery, which is 2000 Fortune Drive in Winchester. Don't go to Lexington because there is a Fortune Drive there.
Kentucky Proud.
Kentucky Proud, certified Kentucky Proud, and also certified woman-owned business. And my phone number is 800-570-1443.
This has been a joy. Thank you very much for inviting us in
Tim.
to see your wonderful business.
I appreciate you and all you do.
I'm going to smell like this all day.
Just, yep, everywhere you go.
Best I've ever smelled.
Yep.
Now we've got an action-packed show for you today. It's a lot of fun. Some of the stuff that we do sometimes, it's so simple. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's almost too simple, and we think, well, we can't show that. But you know what? When we do that, on the occasions think, should we show that? People love it.
They do like simple. Simple's good.
So we were visiting Creative Coffees, and we talked to Tamitha.
Mm-hmm.
Now, her husband, Robert, makes smoked bologna. Now, everybody makes smoked bologna. I've made smoked bologna. And you could even make smoked bologna yourself. Mm-hmm. The actual bologna part, let's take a look back real quick at how we made bologna. Actually, I wasn't doing good. You weren't doing very well. You had a broken neck at the time. But I made bologna right in my kitchen. You can do that. Let's take a look at that real quick. You don't want to make your own bologna? A lot involved, but I'll tell you what, it tastes better than any store-bought you can imagine. We were in Winchester.
That's right.
We had the idea, I want to smoke bologna. They make a rub.
How convenient.
An espresso rub.
Yeah.
Don't eat it before you go to bed, she said.
That's what she said.
Because apparently it's pretty potent.
That's right.
So it's espresso now. We're going to take this bologna, which we bought on South Main Grocery.
Good price, too. Decent price.
Man, I'm telling you what, if Bartley and Lardo were here right now, they'd fight me for this. But they can't have it.
That's right.
Now, I might give them a slice if they show up.
That's right. One little slice.
But I'm going to take some of this Deluxe Club. This is Hootie Tootie bologna.
Wow.
And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put some vegetable oil, so it'll pick up the espresso rub.
Okay. And they sell that, so you can buy it.
They sell it,
It's already pre.
Now, you can use your own rub if you got it, but you know what?
That smells good.
Smells pretty. You know what? You smell the bologna and you smell the espresso, and they really have a nice combination smell. So I'm really looking forward to this.
So we're not sleeping tonight because you said it's
I'm going to eat quite a bit of that. I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to put it in the smoker for 4 hours.
How easy. That's it.
4 hours at 225, low temperature. We're going to pop it out later, and we can either grill that or we can fry it.
Yum.
And you've got that smoke taste and all that rub on it.
Looking forward to that.
It's just silly. It's about time for a crockpot meal, don't you think?
Love the crockpot. You know I love using the crockpot.
We just had, well, you just make pork the other night, which was really
I
good.
put everything in the crockpot.
Oh, we had greens and beets.
That was yummy.
Okay, let's talk about something people have been asking for. They said, I don't know how many times a week we get this. What about the squirrel recipe you did? What about the squirrel recipe you did? Well, we did one way back. In fact, I got Grandma Carr's squirrel recipe in our first book. My grandma, well, she was a hunter up into her late 70s.
Wish I could have met her.
Oh, she was a hoot now. And when I was a kid growing up, that was something you did. It was just something you did. Everybody squirrel hunted. August 15th, I believe it was the opening day. It was hot. The woods were full of chiggers and briars and mosquitoes. So many people have kind of cast aside the squirrel thing.
They don't realize how delicious it is.
They say, oh, they're tree rats or this and that and the other. Let me tell you what. If you're out there, if you're from another part of the world and you're watching this and you're laughing at us and saying we're hicks, go ahead. Go ahead. Come in here and have some of this and then turn your nose up. All right. In certain parts of Spain, Italy, they feed their pigs nothing but acorns. Why? Remember seeing that show?
Yes, I do.
Why do they do that? For that taste.
Right.
You imagine if you fed chickens acorns, how nutty and wonderful the flavor. They taste better than chicken.
It is delicious.
There's not a whole lot of meat on it. But it's a worthwhile endeavor to get your kids out and take them squirrel hunting because it's a great way to get out in the woods and learn how much movement you get away with. If you got a dog, it's that much better. So before we show you our squirrel recipe, let's go get some squirrels with my buddy Bruce White and Peanut. Bruce White is back. And even more importantly, Peanut's back.
That's right.
You know what? People have asked us and asked us and asked us for that squirrel recipe I did years and years and years ago. You know what? We're just going to do it because people asked for it. And when they're growing up as a kid in Kentucky, it's not strange for people to talk about eating squirrel.
That's right.
Well, let's let Peanut roll, man. The wind's howling today. It's supposed to get like 40-mile-per-hour winds. Let's get some before
I'm looking at these hills. She's going to give us some exercise. I know that.
I ain't scared. Keeping these traditions alive, one of those traditions is squirrel dog hunting.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody that ever saw anything about it, it's fascinating. And what made you get into that? Probably coon hunting, right?
Probably, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, there's an old gentleman used to take me, Mr. Ellis Phepps. He used to take me squirrel hunting when I was a kid, you know, and enjoyed it, you know. And he didn't have the best dog there was. We'd get out and have a good time, you know. And, you know, it's about older people taking kids. And I took kids turkey hunting and squirrel hunting. And it's, you know, you pass it down to my kids and other kids, you know, and it's just a fun thing to do. Get some good exercise.
And the premise of this thing, this is not a hunting show per se, but you know, we're going to show us when we go out to get some food. But old Peanut, she barks on the tree, you look up the tree, she's satisfied that there's a squirrel there. You got to look sometimes, you got to walk around the tree, shoot it out, take it home. And you know, the good things about these accurate shooting guns are you can get them right up in here where you don't mess the meat up.
Yeah, that's right. Something that doesn't take a lot of land. You don't have to lease land. Most people let you squirrel hunt still, you know, and it's a good thing to get kids involved with, you know.
Learn how much movement you can get away with.
And with a dog, you can talk and do what you want to, you know, but squirrel hunt is just a great sport, and it's kind of a Kentucky tradition, you know.
And I'm telling you what, we're not lying. The meat is as sweet and as good as any meat. I wish they weighed 5 pounds.
Yeah.
All right, this is one of those quick and easy recipes.
That you just let
They
sit.
go in a
I like
crock
that.
pot. It's wonderful. The squirrels are ready to go. I've got them soaking in salt water.
Okay.
And once we get everything done, I'm going to let this stuff, the vegetables, cook down a little bit. Then I'm going to pop those in there. This is going to go all day.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you pick the meat off the bones, and you make a gravy, and you serve this over mashed
Yum.
potatoes. A huge bed of mashed potatoes. You pour all this over. You have a complete
I like my
and
mashed
utter
potatoes.
beautiful squirrel dinner.
Yummy.
First, we're going to cut up our celery and carrots, and just, I don't know, a handful of each.
Okay.
We're going to say a medium onion. We're going to chop that in your handy dandy chopper.
I love my chopper.
Which you can get at Kohl's, QVC, etc. And we'll probably use 3 to 4 cups of, I used to use half water, half chicken broth, but if I've got some good chicken broth, I'll use all chicken broth. So I'm going to say 3 or 4 cups. Half a cup of white wine. Now, we don't use too many of other people's canned goods. We can most of our stuff, but mushroom soup.
You can't beat it. I use it in everything.
Oh, yeah.
It makes everything better.
It's easy, it's quick.
It's delicious.
We're going to get some thyme. The thyme is really good. You know, it's good with chicken,
right,
but it's also good with squirrel. It really brings that nutty flavor out. Salt and pepper, so simple, nothing to it. And all important for your salt content to get that good brothy flavor. Chicken bouillon cubes, sorry,
that's
I
your
love
favorite.
them.
You do
They're
love
delicious. We've had a busy night tonight.
Yes, we have.
You're tired, aren't you?
I am, but oh, wow. It looks amazing. It looks amazing.
Now, you remember
Jeez.
as a kid going to the store, you know, or even at home when you had a bologna sandwich, you get one little piece of bologna.
Oh, love.
How do you
Look how much bologna you got.
I want mine from here to here.
That's kind of thick. You got
We can
this
cut
is
it
all
as
yours.
long as you want. Now, this is smoked bologna.
That looks so good.
Okay, the espresso and whatever, I don't know what you put in there, but it really adds a nice touch to that. So
We could. I smelled it outside.
I know the dogs are smelling too.
Yes.
They're barking. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that.
Wow. Oh wow.
Now, I'm gonna have to eat that piece by
yeah, we should.
myself.
I
Later.
need to try that to see how it tastes.
So this is still smoking hot. Now, you can take your smoked bologna and you can grill it, or you can fry it, or you can cut it straight off the roll while it's still steaming hot.
That.
Put it directly. Oh my, smell
Wow.
that. Put it directly. Ooh, it's hot on a sandwich. Now these aren't summertime tomatoes, but they'll have to do. Now everybody likes their stuff different. I just like a little bit of mayo on
Some
mine.
mayo. I'm gonna put on this other piece of bread then for you. Some mayo.
Oh, my mouth is watering. All right, Miss Farmer, you want the first bite?
I do.
Make sure you get some bologna there.
The bologna's good. I could eat just the bologna.
Oh. Oh, let it sink in.
I just want a piece of bologna. I'm gonna eat this.
Now we're going to turn the camera off because I got to slam this sandwich. But back to this. I popped the squirrels in here. They cooked down till it's fallen off the bone. Then we pulled that
smells
off the
good,
bone,
too.
and it's ready to go. So the last step, while your potatoes are boiling, and you can see, here's about what it looks like. Everything's
That looks
done.
good.
You smell that?
That smells good.
One last step. You like gravy.
I do love gravy.
I'm going to take some flour. All right, now, lots of pepper. Why do we use lots of pepper?
Because we love pepper.
Because the pepper bandit has been captured again. They found him in the North Pole.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he doing there? Santa's done.
He found out about some kind of expedition that went through there in the 1830s. He was looking for that bounty.
Did he
I
find
think it was
anything?
like 822 pounds. But he's gone right now. I don't know where he is. So
Okay.
there's some pepper on the market.
Okay.
So now I'm just going to take some of this. I'm going to pour in here. I'm going to thicken that up. Keep adding it. It's nice and warm. That keeps the globs out to some degree. You ready?
Does that look pretty or what?
We got our swimming pool, as we used to call it when we were kids. And I'm going to dig in here. I'm going to get,
Oh my goodness.
see, we thicken this up. It's almost like the gravy.
Yum.
This is a complete and total meal. And we're just going to absolutely swamp that. Just going to run off to the sides. You get your potatoes. This is a whole deal. You get the squirrel. You get the carrots. We garnish it with a little bit of parsley. Oh,
Yum.
doesn't it look beautiful? And there, my friends, is what happens with a squirrel. Now, here's what's going to happen. We don't have to worry about picking any shot out of the squirrel. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I shot it with a 17 caliber.
Okay.
So I didn't waste any meat. Now, way back, when Daniel Boone and his buddies were running around, they would bark a squirrel. They would try to shoot under it. And I don't know what the exact thing was. They would say that a piece of bark would fly off the tree. They would try to bark the squirrel. I didn't
Okay.
bark it, but I used a 17 caliber, and I made sure that none of the good meat was messed up.
This looks delicious.
Go ahead, Mrs.
Can I try it?
Farmer. because we didn't eat enough of that smoked bologna already.
It's really good.
And I know that we've been doing very simple stuff, very
that's
easy
good.
stuff.
Yum.
This is just good old home cooking.
Oh, this is my kind of eating. I like this.
When you think back during the Depression, people didn't starve. If they needed protein, they could find it.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not good.
It's delicious. It's really good. I could eat this whole thing myself.
Now, we know this recipe because we had it today.
Right.
If you wanted other recipes, like the gazillions we've got in the past, where would you go to find those?
TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com.
Would you? No kidding.
I do, all the time. And this is going to be on there, isn't it?
It will be on
Okay.
there. Now remember, when you go to TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com to look at our show on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. That way when something new comes out,
Right,
boom,
it just pops
it lets
up.
you know. And if you want part of another tradition, what would that be? Our Facebook page. How would you do that? How would you get on there, Mrs.
You
Farmer?
go and hit like.
Just boom, just that quick. Talk to us. We're going to let you know a half hour ahead of time when the show is going to be on. All you got to do is click like. You're there. So now's the time where we turn the camera off
So we can eat.
and we become like animals.
I'm going to put my jammies on, sit on the couch, watch TV, and eat all this. Is that okay?
Really?
Yeah.
And tonight,
Yes.
you get a pass.
You get the bologna and I get this. Okay.
Can we go half and half?
All right, let's share.
All right, and guess what? We have a brand new show next week. We'll see you right here, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Hopefully, we'll get some warm weather, be up on the hill with
That'd
the
be
cabin.
nice. That'd be nice.
It's all about good times,
Good friends.
good eats. We'll see you next week on Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
This is really good.
Isn't it though?
To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com. Special thanks to CKY, Canoe Kentucky, Furniture World Superstore, Housewarmings, Lodge Cast Iron, Tater Knob Pottery and Farm,